Bam, bam. How's it going? Good evening. Good evening. I trust that you're doing well on this Saturday evening. Welcome to Pass It On, where we talk anything and everything around real estate. And if you're coming here for the first time, my name is TJ Taurai Jack, and we're always talking about real estate on a Saturday evening. My apology, you can hear my voices just coming back, right? I had a little bit of some cold, or should I say, maybe a bit of it was something. It was something. I just couldn't understand it, and it hit me hard for the last week, a week and a half, and I was down and out, couldn't breathe, nothing, and yeah, I felt like a flu, like that kind of thing. But I'm back now. I'm back. I got my voice back, so which is good, and we can talk. And pass it on. It's all about you. I ask questions. I mean, you ask questions on here, whether you're watching me from Insta or you're watching me from Facebook or YouTube. I have the ability to see all of your comments, and we can talk about anything and everything around real estate. So, congratulations. Some of you do know that we've been running a ladies' conference. So, M5 Property Addicts, the business that I co own with some of my business partners, we've been running a conference, and that conference was running today. Yeah, it was running today, and a couple of people, not a couple of people, we had some amazing guests that came in, and out of that, it was quite a successful event. It started off all the way on Friday evening, yeah, and from Friday evening, it went all the way to Saturday. So it was called Lady Boss. It is an annual event which is called Lady Boss. It's 100% targeted to women so that they can grow in their business, right? If they're not growing, they can start. If they haven't started, and my business partner, Rita Van Rooyen, was hosting that this today. So started Friday. Captain London, Ngobo, she was there. Amazing. Done. You know, if you're hosting someone, you get to eavesdrop on some of these things. So I happened to be, also in the room, and I was getting some nuggets because I needed to help and things like that. So Captain, she's the first African female drag master. She was there, and she gave a speech. An amazing lady. I think women are just so powerful. And Vomile, Dr. Miranda, she was also there. Crystal, she's a reality star. She's a songwriter, entrepreneur. She was also there. And the combination of Lebo and Melody, they're the co-founders of My Future Work, and they were all there today. So if you have missed it, not to worry, it's still available on YouTube. Just make sure that between today and tomorrow you can jump on it. And after that, it will not be available. We will take it down because it was a conference, right? But this evening, as it is, pass it on. I am going to be talking about creating extra income through property, right? Creating extra income through property. It is easy, but not everyone would want to do it. Mm, yeah, that's the topic that I want us to discuss today. And wherever you are watching me from, let me know where you are watching me from. We do this every Saturday, 7 o'clock, all the way to 7:30, and you get to ask questions as well, right? So if you're on Insta, drop your comments. I'll check them out. If you're on YouTube, in the comments, ask the question, and I can help you out. It's kind of like a pass it on. So why do I call this session Pass It On? Saturday, 7 o'clock, all the way to 7:30. Why do I call it Pass It On? The first thing is that for me to be sitting in this chair today, I had some information that I went out and I seek that information in a book somewhere. I seek the information, so which means that if it was in a book, someone wrote that book, right? And I went on to read it. And also, even above that, someone out there actually ran some training programs or something like that, or someone out there did a podcast similar to what I'm doing, and I happen to be listening. But above all, I do real estate. I do real estate all the time, and I buy properties. We are in 5 cities. We've got a fund that is called the M5 Property Fund, and with that, I am always doing property. Right, I'm always doing property. So the other reason why we call Pass It On is that the guy that I work with, that is called Doing, he teaches me quite a lot of things. And because I am consistently doing, I have many things to teach. So if you're doing something, you're consistently learning. And when you're consistently learning, you can become a teacher. So good evening, welcome to you. And as we go along right now with all of your questions, getting ready for all of your questions. By the way, it's any question at all. You know, any question in real estate, you want to find out how you can do it and how you can achieve certain things, just drop it in the comments and I will be able to answer those questions. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. I'll come back to you. All right. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about earning extra income. How can you earn extra income in real estate? How can you do that? Right? It is easy, but not everyone will do it. So there's 2 ways in which you can do it. The first one is that you obviously need to go and do it yourself. And this is where I normally say a lot of people don't want to do it. So the first thing is you can learn how to do this. But if you are going to do this, like for instance, what I do to go and buy property and to rent them out, if you're going to be doing this, I urge you to at least learn how to do it. First, learn how to do it. And when you start learning how to do it, what's going to happen is that you're going to start learning. And when you're learning, you get the right knowledge. When you get the right knowledge, you start applying it. Where can you get the education from? Well, you can go on to m5propertyvarsity.com and you can start learning there. It's as little as $297, right? That's how little it is, $297. M5 varsity, m5propertyvarsity.com. That's where you can start learning, right? So that's the first way in which you can learn how to do property yourself. You go and buy it, you find the best strategy for you, and you can get stuck in with us, and then we can help you on how to do that. And that's for you. You're doing it for yourself. All right? You're doing it for yourself. Or should I say you're doing it for your family? Like for me, I do it for my family. I report 100% to my wife, and yeah, that's who I work for. I work for my wife, and I work for my kids as well. And that's the job that I took upon myself when I said I do. I'm getting married. Okay, so that's the first thing. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, hit me up on in the chat and let me know whether that makes sense to you. The second option that I want to zoom in today is what I generally call a passive. It's a passive route. So where you are not involved in anything at all and you just invest. Yeah. So you're not involved with a lot of stuff. You're just investing. So what is a passive investor? Passive investor is you're putting in your money somewhere. So like for instance, we've got the M5 property fund. In the M5 property fund, what you do is that you can invest a minimum of 50,000. We used to hit it on 100,000 generally, but a lot of people have been asking us, hey, I got 50,000, what can I do? And we've been pushing them away for a while. But now we are saying, hey, your 50,000 can get you in. And at the moment, right now, we're giving in our fund, we're giving you a whooping 14% per year, right? So how much is that? That is 14%. So if you're investing around about 50,000 already on a year, how much money is that? So you say times 14%, yeah? But the beauty about our fund is that we then distribute the process to you on a monthly basis. So on the 10th of each month, we will then hit you up in your bank account and odd 583 will come through to your bank account and you're smiling. But the question that I want to ask of you is, at the moment, where is your money? Where is your money? So if it is at the bank at the moment, the banks are not even giving you a 10%, right? They're not giving you that much. I think on 50,000, you probably maybe about 7,000. On 100,000, maybe you could be getting maybe 7% to 8%. So we're beating them, right? So all I'm just indicating here is how best can your money work harder for you, right? And this is what it's all about. And you can do that on a passive. So passive is you don't have to learn, you don't have to do the work, you don't have to go and look for the properties out there, nothing of that nature, right? All you're doing is you're putting in your money and you chill, right? When you chill, what happens? Money starts coming into your pocket on a monthly basis, and then you celebrate. Is there anyone out there who's invested with us? And if you have invested with us, just hit me on the chat there and say I, right? You just type in an I, say I've invested, right? And those are some of the people that have invested with us. But remember, I am here on a Saturday. It's Pass It On. So it's about giving you that extra knowledge so that you can be able to get into either your deals or there's something that is problematic or you're not so sure. And because I'm always doing stuff, at least I can help you. So I haven't seen any questions. Yes, that's coming through. Someone says to me from Facebook, good evening, TJ. Hey, good evening. How's it going? To you too. And someone else is commenting there on the, does it make sense? And I just want to jump on to Insta. I got a few people, someone, Fatima, she's invested with us before. Thanks, Fatima, for investing with us in the past. And I just want to pass my greeting to some of the people that are watching us all the way. Someone's watching us from Spagnolo, Spain. So all the guys, they're overseas. I told you at one point we're going international. You don't believe me? There we are. There we are. Okay, awesome stuff. So whilst I am still talking here, minimum investment 50,000, 14% on your money. That's it, right? No work, nothing that you need to do. If you can bump it up to 100,000 and above, that'll be awesome. If you can bump it up to 500,000, whoop whoop, that'll be awesome. We need that money to go and do some deals that we've got. We are in the pushing boundaries of, especially for student accommodation. We want to finish it off. There's a few projects that are in the pipeline that we want to finish off, and your money goes through into those projects. I'm going to jump onto a question. Someone saying that, let me see, who's this person? They're from Durban. Hey, what's happening in Durban? I hope that my cousin brothers and my cousin aunties and everyone who's my cousins, they are great in Durban. Let's see what the question is. Sponiso, that's a Sponiso. Hi, TJ. What is the current escalation for rentals in Durban? Ooh, I don't know. I have to renew a contract with a tenant in December. Well, now let us ask this question. All right, Sponiso, that's a very good question, and thanks again for dropping in your question in here. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no right or wrong, there is no wrong or right answer. There is no stupid question to be asked. So Sponiso, thanks a lot on that. So the first thing that I want to ask of you, Sponiso, is that you want to increase your rent, okay? So in normal cases, you would have predefined last year already to say, when you are now renewing your contract, the rate is going to be X, right? So for instance, you would have said the rent needs to be going up 5% every year. That's what you should have done, right? In the contract when they sign the contract. So you don't come in now when their contract is coming to an end and then you say, whoa, now I'm going to be making it 15% because the market is like that. So it's an agreement. But let's also assume that maybe on your contract, you didn't include that interest rate. So now you're almost not interest rate, your escalation for your rental escalation. So now that that contract is coming to an end, you can actually now engage. Yeah, so it's cool. You can engage as well. There's nothing wrong with that, and say, hey, I see your contract is coming to an end. If you'd like to renew, I think my rate is X. The best position that you could do is that, and I want to say this, right? In normal cases, right? It depends with your property. So let's assume that you are not really pressed So remember, there is a different types of investors. So I could be an investor and I could be giving my tenants a good rate. So in my area, rental is around about 5,000, but I want to keep a steady income. So can I afford to make my rent 4,500 or 4,800? So I'm kind of like just below the market, and I'm making sure that my tenant, I'm giving them room so that they can be able to pay rent. So if the question now is more around how much should I be escalating, maybe in 1 year I don't even need to. I don't even need to, okay? Because I'm keeping my tenant, right? And if I keep my tenant and I can see that they're paying their good regular payers, then that's okay. I don't need to escalate it. But maybe you want to escalate it, so you want to maximize the profits. If the area that you are in is on 5,000, then you just need to calculate, are they paying 4,500 this year, or are they paying 4,000 this year? And can you take the risk? Remember, especially in Durban right now. We all know what happened in Durban recently. There was quite a lot of riots. So jobs are not on the rise in Durban. There's quite a lot of things that's been going down in Durban. I know that it's now stable and all of those things, but the reality is that jobs don't just turn around that quickly. So given this circumstance, if I was a landlord in Durban, but depending on where exactly it is, maybe Sponiso, you can tell us exactly which suburb you are in. Yes, I would hold on increasing my rent there. Uh, I'm just looking at an economic status of the area. That's what I would do. That's the first thing. The second thing I'll then look into is that did I already have an amount, an escalation percentage before? And if the answer was yes, I had, maybe it was a 5% or 10%, can I waive that out to my tenant so that I can buy in some goodwill to my tenant? If I can afford to. But if I cannot afford to and I desperately need that 200,000, 200 rand, or maybe 1,000 rand, whatever that I'm going to escalate with, then yes, I'm going to take in the risk. Does it make sense here? So basically what I'm trying to do here, Sponiso, remember, this is a business that you're now running, right? So I'm trying to give you the benefits of you escalating. I know that you're just asking for an amount, but I don't know. But I'm also now trying to work around other circumstances that would make you, maybe allow you to bump up the escalation or not, right? Because remember, I've bought properties in the past where in the area, rentals was around about 10,000 and this landlord was on 7,000. Why? 7,000, he was getting his rent all the time, right? That's what it basically means, right? So he's protecting his income, right? So what I'm going to do is, for the guys that are out there on either you're on YouTube or you are on Facebook, I'm going to drop in the link there. If you are interested in the investment option that we spoke about on 14%, right? On 14%, you can literally do your application in the there's a link there that I've just put in there which says invest with M5 Fund 2021. And I'm just going to jump onto to my guys that are also on Insta, and I'm just going to post that one out. And there's the application form there. Someone called Portia. Portia's just hit me with a question, and they're saying, "Hey TJ, is the 14 compounded interest and is it fixed?" Portia, whoo, it is fixed, my dear. Even the banks that don't run on these compounds, yeah, it is fixed. 14%, it is fixed right now. Okay, let me go on to Instagram, and one or two people. Fatima is asking the question, what is the tax implication on the income end? Fatima, like any other income that you own, that you earn, it does have a tax implication, obviously, to you. However, you can jump in to see your circumstances, to see whether it will bump up your tax, or maybe I don't know how you do your taxes, but I wouldn't know the general rule of tax is that when you've got an income, you have to pay taxes. However, there is clever ways that you can do it, but just make sure that you are not evading and avoiding. So avoiding is good, but evading is bad. So just make sure that you are in the clear. You are not doing. You're doing one of the two, not the evading things around taxes. Is that good? I think that is good there. The general rule: when you get any form of income, you are going to be taxed on it. Okay. It may not have an impact on your taxes right away, but maybe it might if it is, looked at the entire year, that kind of thing. But always checking with your tax person before you start earning some income. Maybe you want to put it in your company, maybe you want to put it in your personal name, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you've got a trust, you want to put it in a trust. I don't know. You can see how best you can work around all of your incomes, but at the end of the day, SARS wants obviously to know exactly your total income. I hope that makes sense. I want to jump on to another question here, and this question is around investments. Right. Hi, TJ. I see that you've got long-term investments and short-term investments. What is the difference? Okay, cool. Hey, how's it going? That's actually George. George, the question that you're asking for, short-term investments for us is if you're investing for a year, a minimum of a year, that's a short-term investment for us. And that's where you can get, the 14%. But we also have within the fund, there are some people that are wanting to be in the fund for us for a longer period. And that product, basically, it is the trust fund. Within the trust fund, you can come in and you're investing on a minimum of 3 years. And within these 3 years, we will be doing what is called the BRRR strategy. I really like that strategy. And basically, the BRRR strategy is you will come in and invest the money, and it now sits into the trust. And out of that, we go and buy the properties. When we buy the properties, we refinance them. And when we refinance them, we rent them out. And when we rent them out, we might even renovate them. And then thereafter, we can then refinance at the end. So which means that we can own multiple properties together, right, George? So George and I, we will own a couple of properties together, but obviously some of them will have some debt on them. But you don't need to worry about anything because my team and I will be doing the work, and you will be earning the proceeds of that. Right. Someone is asking me another question. Uncle TJ, what's happening? Yes, what's happening to you? How can I start in the property business with a bad credit rating? Not to worry, my guy. What I'm going to do for you, this is a brilliant, Baloy. Brilliant, good question, and welcome to pass it on. I am going to send you another link in here. This is particularly to Brilliant, okay? And this one here, let me see how best I can get to you, all right? So Brilliant, all you need to go is you need to go to a link that it says www.m5propertyaddicts/grow my business. Grow my business, okay? Right? That's what you need to type in there. www. All right, www.m5propertyaddicts.com, yeah, /grow my business, and you will get onto the page, and we are going to be running a 2-day program, workshop. It will cost you about 1,997 to be in that class. Brilliant. You can join in online or you can join in person. It will be out here in Johannesburg. And even if you do not have, you said you got a bad credit record. Hey, I started off on a bad credit record. I started off in minus 5 million, but here I am. I own this business, right? Here I am. So you can do it too. You just need the education, and that's what we will be giving in those 2 days. All right. Okay, I'm gonna jump on to another question. And Brilliant, 2,000 will get you in, my brother. And we will see you in the class. There is the link there. Okay, let me jump on to the other questions that are coming through here. All right, awesome stuff. Okay, you can hear my voice is struggling. This thing almost took me. I thought COVID was bad, but this thing here was also bad. But I'm still here. At least, Daniels, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, and welcome to Pass It On. And Pass It On is a show that we have every Saturday from 7 o'clock to 7:30, and we get to talk about anything and everything around real estate, and you get to ask the questions as well. Okay. Hi TJ, can I save on capital gains tax using the individual expat tax exemption that is working out of South Africa for more than 180 days? Alistair, in general, yes, I have seen this, people talking about it. I have never worked out of the country for more than 180 days. I did see this. However, I am not a tax practitioner myself. I can refer you to someone else who is clued on this so that you can make the right decisions, and they can help you out there before you actually make the decision. Okay, is that good, Alistair? So you can drop me an email on info@m5propertyaddicts.com. I take it that you've been out of the country and you want to do some investments, and we can help you out on that. Okay. Now, someone else called Tweezer. Hey, Tweezer, what's happening? Welcome to Pass It On. It is Saturday, 7 o'clock all the way to 7:30. You ask any questions around real estate, I answer it. Yeah, Uncle TJ is here to answer all of your questions on real estate. Yeah, but remember the topic today is to get you to earn extra income in real estate. That's my goal today, so that you can make a little bit of dough on the side. Okay, so for your good 500,000, for your good 100,000, for your good 100,000, you can earn 14,000 with me because I'm giving you 14%. Okay, and that'll get distributed to you on a monthly basis at 1,166. And you got the link there in the comment, and you can literally start investing now and earn your income from next month. Extra income. That's what it's all about. Tweezer, what's happening? Right. I'm a foreigner in South Africa. Welcome aboard. Me too. Okay. How can I start in property investment? Well, Tweezer, I can drop this in here for you. In the comments, I am going to, I recommend that the first thing that you need to do is to learn how to do it, right? So education is key. So I'm going to hit you up with I'm going to hit you up with a link. Right, let me hit you up with a link there, Tweezer, and we will see you in class on the 6th and the 7th, which is it next weekend? Yeah, next weekend. It is next weekend. Yeah, we'll see you next weekend. Yeah. So Tweezer, we'll see you next weekend there. Yeah. Okay, awesome stuff. Someone says, where are they? Is this for real? It is for real. It gets real. This is what we are all about. Awesome stuff. Okay, let me go on. Someone else. Byron, what's happening, brother? Good to see you. I am not too sure where is Byron from, but let's check him out. I do want to hear where you're from. Each time when you send out a message to us, I do want to hear. Welcome, Byron, to Pass It On here at M5 Property Addicts, where we talk about anything and everything around real estate. Good to see you. Right. What is the question here? Well, I am well. I am well, just in case you ask. Of course, I was going to ask. You know me, brother. A new property business with no financials. How do I get finance outside of the big five? Boom. Okay. I like your question, brother. I am partnering up with a very good bank, and I am going to, well, the big five, they can also, right now, they can fund you, but they now you become the jockey, obviously. So you need to be having a little bit of good income there. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that we can help you. Drop us an email at info@m5 Property Addicts, and I will connect you to our bond originator who specifically works with investors. And many of my business partners, and many of my franchises also have received funds. Company's got nothing, but obviously the person needs to be working. There is a way that it can be done. So drop us an email, Byron, and we will help you out there, and especially if you got a deal. Right. I'm going to take another question, and on that question, then I am going to call it a quit. I need to get my drugs and sleep. This is the real drugs, the proper drugs, the real drugs, not the other drugs from the streets. This is prescribed drugs, yeah? Prescribed drugs, so that I can sleep a little bit, because this thing has been killing me. Yeah. Now, one question that I'm going to be taking. Boom, Alistair, what's happening, brother? This is the same Alistair from the other one, right? Yeah, same Alistair. Good. Let's go on to that, Alistair. We did say to him, welcome to pass it on, right? So we don't need to say that again. Right. Good. Alistair, how long should a business be registered for before one can buy property in a PTY, assuming you as the owner is good for surety? Well, you can register today, brother. The company might not even have a name. It might just have numbers on it, K something something, and you can get some money from the bank. It's just about which particular bond originator that you're working with. It's about your power team. Right, awesome stuff. Byron says he is from Florida. Awesome. Great having you around. Okay, good. Someone is asking another question here. That's the last question that I'm going to take in before I jump on to take my drugs. And Michael is asking, what is the best way to get an investor in outletting? This one here is a good question that you're asking here, brother. I would like to say on this question, finding investors, it is so easy, but also a little bit challenging. I don't know, Michael, if you've been in any class at all to understand how deals are put together. If you understand how to put deals together, then it's pretty easy to look for investors, because you're not looking for investors, but now you're giving them an opportunity. So, Michael, I suggest I meet you in class on Saturday and Sunday, and we can help you getting through. We do have a specific course that I would prefer that you do after you've done this course, which is called Raising Private Money. And that course there will help you in terms of finding investors. They are everywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great hanging out with you again. To all the ladies that's been able to join Lady Boss, well done to attending, taking action, and starting your own businesses. But over and above that, I just wanted to say thank you to all the guest speakers that were there who would have never been able to do it had they not been able to come in and pour out their stories. Like I did say, I was eavesdropping. The only man who was in the room. Yeah. Okay, online actually. Yeah, because of my sickness. I had to be at home. But anyways, happy investing. I'll be checking you guys soon. And for all of your investments, 14%, that's what I'm giving you guys. At the moment, the banks are not giving you that much. Get your money to work hard for you guys. That's all this is what's all about. All right. I will see you later. God bless. And